Cedar Point's HalloWeekends website is live as of September 10th, 2015, and they're calling it Cedar Point Haunt at HalloWeekends this year. That haunt logo is what they've used at Kings Island's haunt in the past. I'll give you a tour, but I also direct your attention to HalloWeekends videos that I have on Amusement 420, Red Garter Shows, and Yard Haunt 2000. And I'll also share some behind the scenes info, since I know screamsters and performers and the people who rate the shows. Click on these arrows to get the different promos. By the way, if you click anywhere in here, it pops this up for the buy now. I want you to buy. You just don't click that. It's clicking anywhere in here. So we'll take a look at Cedar Point's HalloWeekends rides and attractions, mazes, scare zones, shows, experiences, and tickets and offers for 2015. Mazes are the same except for Slaughterhouse is new. Eden Musée is the wax museum. They're really mannequins for the most part, but it has a cool ending to it. That's in the Mean Streak Infield. I have a video on Amusement 420, Mean Streak Infield. That's where it's located, and this is what it looks like. This is a screen grab from the video. You can see the facade. Let's go back. You have Eternity Infirmary, which is in the old carousel by the Wave Swinger by Maverick. Beckling's Erie Estate, which is the old offices across from Planet Snoopy. They open at 8 on Friday, 6 on Saturday, and 3 on Sunday for all these. Hexed is by Gatekeeper. It's nice, but it's pretty short. They built a special building just for that, and it's a witch theme. Slaughterhouse is, I think, behind the shops across from Fort Sandusky in the Frontier Trail, because they built a new walkway behind one of the shops that used to be Build-A-Bear. And Zombie High School, which I really didn't care for. It used to be Toxic Terror and then Lair of the Vampire. I liked that one. I guess I didn't like school, so I don't like this one, but it's well done. And that's near the main entrance, behind Hurricane Hannah's on the left. And they all have Fright Lane and Skeleton Key access, which is an upcharge. You click on that and it doesn't take you anywhere, which it should. But if you click on Buy Tickets, it lists them here. Haunt and Fright Lane. And just Fright Lane. So let's click Buy now. I'm not going to buy it, but Scream More, Wait Less. It's just like the fast lane during the summer for the rides and roller coasters. You just skip the line. You have to wait for a little bit at a certain point. Let's see what it says. Bypass the regular lines and Corn Stalkers 1 time each. That's on top of park admission. 6 till midnight. These are the dates that they're open and the times. Up until October 31st. It's on Saturday at midnight. No, November 1st is when the park closes. Sometimes the shows aren't playing on that day, for example, and the outdoor haunts. So it's a good time to ride. So let's see, we have the Fright Lane combo, which is admission, $15 off, plus Fright Lane. Night of the Living Fed, as in Night of the Living Dead. All you can eat meal combo, or meal only. You can pause this to read it. There's the Halloween themed menu and the prices. HalloWeekends, back here. Admission, these are different types of admission. You have Beckling's Banquet in the Erie Estate. People said that it's pretty good dinner. Everybody who's done it really likes it, but it's limited. Space is limited. And they have the actors, screamsters or scare actors entertain you. All night admission, season pass bring a friend days. $25, it's not a bad deal. And $15 parking if you do not have a season pass, which I recommend because you get a lot of bang for your buck with a season pass. You can check those out. Dining plan is good too. I have the Platinum Pass. And they have military discounts, by the way. By the way, if you buy your Platinum Pass or renew your Platinum Pass, you get a free fast lane that's good on any day except Saturday till the end of the season. And it's a fast lane plus, so it works for things like Dragster and Gatekeeper. Rides and attractions, scare zones. Blood in the Bayou is back. Corn Stalkers, which used to be Werewolf Canyon a while ago. That's where the Thunder Canyon ride is, the water ride during the summer. Cutthroat Cove is underneath Maverick, which is pretty cool, in the infield of Maverick. Screamworks, which used to be Fright Zone, and Carnival is now Fairy Tales. Disturbing Twisted Storybook. Fairy tale characters, so that's how it's themed. And it's in Camp Spooky. And that's across from Gemini, basically, the Gemini Midway. Now, if you want to go to my Amusement 420 and type in HalloWeekends, you can see a lot of videos from the past. A ton of videos, including the HalloWeekends Parade, Zombie Plinko. They used to have that. I don't know if they still have it, but that's where you can bypass the lines or win coupons for merchandise. Monster Invasion Parade. I'll be taping all this in high definition this year. That's my avatar, Moon over Millennium Force, HalloWeekends. And Paul the Woodcarver, the only person that's a non-screamster to have a Fright Zone hockey jersey, courtesy of Cyrus, who used to be the Haunt Slider. And back to the haunts, we have Tombstone Territory, which is on the way to Maverick in Frontier Town. It's a cowboy theme, of course. Okay, and rides and attractions, we have the shows. Carnival of Magic, which is in the old Centennial Theater, called the Jack Aldrich Theater. Skeleton Crew is on the Luminosity stage. That's back again. Spooky Shenanigans is in Lusty Lil's, which used to be the Palace Theater. And The Edge of Madness returns, subtitled Freak Show. And if you go to my Red Garter Shows channel, it's a Live Eat channel, you can see my playlists of past shows, and I'm going to be uploading high definition shows this year. Edge of Madness, Poe, a lot of people miss them. And Backstage in 2008 with a completely live band. They don't have completely live bands now. The person who writes the shows and used to write the shows, he records backing tracks. So for example, the country show did not have a bass guitar, but it had it on the recorded track. More Edge of Madness used to be called Monsters Rock before then. Some people thought that they should have Monsters Rock all year round. Action J Jackson drum cams from HalloWeekends also. I shot that off the stage left, off stage left, behind the wall. And those are pretty good. I have playlists for that. So subscribe to that channel. We have the Graveyard Rockers, who were there for the longest time, but then they got Skeleton Crew, so they couldn't pay for both of them. It's the same thing that happened to Poe. It was just a money issue. Primarily a money issue. And a lot of people liked them in the glass-blowing theater, but when they put them in the Palace Theater, the performers admitted that it was a little nicer because it had nicer amenities. But the atmosphere is really nice. I'm still friends with David.
Very gradually. I made up my mind to.
He does do it occasionally for libraries and schools and whatnot. And Red Garter Shows, that's the URL. And if you click on those, they give you the show times. And the Red Slaughter Saloon, really the Red Garter Saloon. And they usually have a preview show the weekend before HalloWeekends. And I have put that for Nights of Darkness on Red Garter Shows. And I will be doing it in 2015. And Brandon, who writes most of the Cedar Point shows, wrote the HalloWeekends Parade song. And the person who sings it is Becca Joe, who used to perform at Cedar Point. He had someone else do it and they didn't do a good job, so he had her do it. And Brandon was dressed as a Ghostbuster once behind the Ghostbuster float. And I complimented him on the song. And I said, you know, for something that needs to be played over and over, it's not really an annoying song like it could be. And he said, well, not if you have to march behind it. He was joking. And some of the floats I've heard actually flew off once or twice. An interesting note about the Graveyard Rockers, which I have on Red Garter Show's YouTube channel, is that this used to be Elvira's trailer. They hired her 1 year, Cedar Point did, to announce Cedar Point's HalloWeekends, and she said, "Welcome to HalloWeekends at Cedar Park." But so did Charles Schultz's son when they opened Planet Snoopy, but he was reading off of a typed script. Thanks, Elvira. So anyway, that was underneath the giant screen that they used to have, and they played Ohio State football games, and my friend Zombo said, "Thank you very much. Either somebody scored or you like us." And the people inside the monster costumes were usually sorority girls or soccer teams, something like that. And they couldn't perform if it was windy because the wind would mess with this trailer that opened from the side, and the screen actually tore once or twice in the off season and the bad winters. Just some trivia for you from a season pass holder. Zombo got his name from the Munsters, and he's a DJ who DJ'd at the Andy Warhol Museum, and he also DJ'd the HalloWeekends Parade. Experiences, we have Beckling's Banquet, which you have to pay for like we discussed. Friday night rides, because they don't have all of them running on Friday nights because they don't have a big attendance and they only have so many workers, employees that time of the year. A lot of employees who wear the tan pants are called Ride Pride, and those are temporary employees that raise money for their charity or school or sports team or sorority, things like that. Unfortunately, Gemini, the Railroad, and Mine Ride are favorites of mine, but they're not open. Neither is Skyride. And ironically, Witch's Wheel on HalloWeekends is not open. Otherwise, if you want to ride your favorite rides, Friday night is the time to do it because a lot of people are at high school football games. And Saturdays can be insanely busy, up to 65,000 people if it's a nice weather day. So here's your park hours and the full operating hours are on Cedar Point's website. And of course, if you have a season pass, you don't pay for parking with a platinum pass, and you can get into Kings Island's Halloween haunt, all the parks that they own. See full operating hours. Takes you to Cedar Point's regular calendar, and it starts officially on September 18th. This is when they have the preview show for the Red Garter show, Edge of Madness. It's usually a great time to ride, and you see a lot of season pass holders there. And closing day is November 1st, so they probably won't have anything but HalloWeekends decorations up then. The haunts will be closed, and so will the shows, most likely. It's a bonus day. Of course, get directions. Gives you a map like that. View hotels. Takes you to Cedar Point's main website. I should put up a slideshow or video of what Breakers looks like inside. I took pictures on opening day. They did a nice job of remodeling it. And I also have the beach band. They're doing a lot of different things now since the CEO is from Disney Cruise Lines. On their website, they show you the lobby and some other photos. It's the convenience factor of staying there. Plus, you get early entry, just like Platinum Pass holders. Back to the Haunt at HalloWeekends website. All attractions, just gives you a list. And the website used to be a lot more involved and animated with a nice background, but they do it this way so it's accessible to mobile devices. In Tony Clark's blog, he doesn't have anything yet, but on Cedar Point's regular website under Online Fun, On Point Blog, there's Tony Clark. Nice guy. This is interesting. Cedar Point used to have tickets that you bought back in the 60s, and that's how you got onto the rides. Somebody sent him complete books. He traded them for regular tickets. And if you go on to Amusement 420, click in 8mm, you will see my grandpa's 1964 film, Paddle Wheel Horses and Stagecoach. Walt Disney World in 72 looks like a ghost town almost. 64, that was around the time they put in the Sky Ride and basically made that main midway and turned it into the amusement park that we know today. There's a giant sky wheel. So pretty neat stuff. You should check that out. That's what you bought tickets to. So Cedar Point, Haunt at HalloWeekends. That's their regular Facebook page. They don't have a specific one, and that's their website. So I hope that was informative. Thanks for watching. Check out my other videos, my other channels. Please subscribe. I'll have HalloWeekends videos on Amusement 420, Red Garter Shows, and Yard Haunt 2000, where I'll put Screamsters. Here's a sampling of videos on all my channels you can check out. I'll be uploading new high-definition HalloWeekends videos on Amusement 420, Yard Haunt 2000, and Red Garter Shows. So thanks for watching, and please subscribe for more interesting videos.